topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the host and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Welcome to the Eat and Critique Show with restaurant critics Steve-O and Sophia. Brought to you by one of Steve-O and Sophia's favorite Incontro Italian cuisine and steakhouse located on the Walk in Coral Springs. Now, sit back while award-winning restaurant critics Steve-O and Sophia share with you the good, the bad, and the ugly in South Florida dining.
Hey, good evening, South Florida. Welcome to another Eat and Critique radio show, TV show. Hey, I'm missing somebody big time tonight. Sophia, who is the better half of this show, is in the hospital this evening. I think she's listening to the show, but she has had a rough 2 days. And if you'd like to wish her well, go to our website, www.eatandcritiquetvshow.com, and wish her well. And we can't wait to have her back. We have a great show tonight. Tonight we are going to be talking about gin, and not the game gin. We're talking about the drink gin. We have got an expert in gin with us tonight. Hey, we're going to have the Chimas people on. That's the Brazilian Steakhouse on with us tonight. And then we're going to be talking about, we got this huge cook-off, chili cook-off coming up next Saturday that Sophia and I will be judging. Oh, I'm going to be so sick of chili after this is over with. But we are going to be judging. It's going to be a huge event. We're going to be talking about that. And then towards the end of the show, probably middle of the show, we have, if you've heard our show before, you know the restaurant Incontro. And we have the owner of Incontro on. They are an Italian cuisine and steakhouse in Coral Springs. And I have got the greatest story of a fan of Incontro that we're going to talk about with the owner, Pedro. And last but not least, we are going to say hi to the ladies at Saks Fifth Avenue in the bond department. And Iris, as soon as Sophia gets out of the hospital, we've got a huge surprise. Iris knows who she is. Hey, let's get started. We have a great show tonight. And I must thank you for all your emails. And we have never received so many emails before as we're getting now by being on W4CY TV and radio. If you'd like to call us here, make a comment. Our number here is 561-623-9429. You can talk to me. You can't talk to Sophia tonight. So Sophia started telling me about a friend of hers that does so many different things with gin. Now, I don't drink at all, so I'm going to be the worst interviewer on there. So I'm going to kind of sit back, but I want to welcome tonight our first guest, Ilya Tatarov. Hi, Ilya.
Hi there. Hello. Hey, Steve. Thanks for having me.
Hey, we finally put this together, and Sophia said you are the gin Meisner. And so we're going to talk about gin tonight. What made you focus on gin?
So my wife and I, we spend always a month or so in Europe every summer, and just kind of bounce around. Some years we go to Berlin, Paris, London. This year I went to Copenhagen and Stockholm. And one year we came back and kind of just went to our regular drinking halls and our regular bars, and I got my regular gin and tonic and realized that it really wasn't anything special like it is in Europe. In Europe, every bar you go to, every restaurant will have a proper gin and tonic on their menu. And once we came back, I couldn't find a good place for a great gin and tonic, believe it or not, which it seems like there's two ingredients.
What made it special?
Yeah, it's nothing special, but kind of, and in the middle of that, we were designing a concept for a new cocktail bar. So immediately I thought, hey, you know what? Let's do a gin and tonic bar, because there's proper gin drinks you can get, but a good clean gin and tonic it's hard to come by, and that's mainly because of lack of proper tonics, for example, and not many gins on shelves, because it's still a drink that's only starting to rise again in America, where, you know, we recently had a whole vodka boom with Tito's and
Right.
different scotches and whiskeys. And I definitely think the next big trend is going to be whiskey, is going to be gin. And there's just so many wonderful, cool, different, unique brands from all over the world that are hitting the market. So we decided that that's going to be our next concept in downtown West Palm. Can't really reveal the name of the bar yet. Our legal team is just kind of finishing up all of the trademarking and copywriting and blah 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 blah. But yeah, West Palm downtown sometime later this year, probably towards the end of the year. And yeah, I mentioned it to Sophia, and she was just so excited to kind of hear what we're doing and hear about some cool products and what's in the market. So that's
Your
how
bottles
got here.
are beautiful. I saw pictures of your bottles.
Oh, thank you. It's actually, you know, some of those bottles just ended up looking really, really pretty. And this is some of the bottles that I chose to talk about today. I think if go on my Instagram, it's just at my full name. It's right down there, Ilya Tatarov. I think I have a picture of those bottles, and it's nothing crazy. And I wanted to really kind of talk about not some insane, crazy, one-of-a-kind gins, but something that you can just go to Total Wine and pick up at a decent price point and enjoy. So after the show, you can really kind of experience what we spoke about. So yeah, we'll speak about a few different gins.
Tell me something. What are some of the top gin name brands now?
Yeah, in every market is going to be different. In Europe is a little bit different than here, but in America, it's really, you have your standards. You have your Bombay Sapphire. You have your Hendrix. You have your Tanqueray. That's kind of the top brands that you'll come across in majority of restaurants. But there are hundreds and thousands of new small batch distilleries from all over the world that are starting to come out with gins. I was just in Bahamas. We were flying out of the airport 2 days ago, and I saw they were selling a gin from South Africa, which I've never had South African gin. I would never even kind of associate the two. That was really, really cool to see. And it's great to see. I saw gin from Peru once. It's nice to see that it's kind of spreading all over the world, and then coming, hopefully all coming to the United States soon with places like mine.
Well, you are in the, I guess, the beginning stages of a gin bar. And yeah. I think that is so cool. It's going to be somewhere in downtown
West Palm.
Palm Beach.
Yeah, West Palm Beach. Yeah.
And what a concept. I mean, no one is doing anything like that.
No, I mean, not anywhere actually in Southeast US. Not that I saw. I went to a few gin bars, and it really wasn't as impressive. They were nice. They had maybe 10 different gins, 4 or 5 different tonics. where we'll have from about 50 to 75 different gins.
That many?
That many. And then I'm glad you're sitting down for this one. Probably around 35 different tonics. And then your tonic is basically the base for your gin. Majority of your cocktail is going to be tonic and not gin, unless you really want to get drunk really quickly. We don't want to do that. So you have a 2-ounce pour of your gin and the rest is tonic. So we want to make sure that for every individual cocktail, we pair a right gin for the right tonic, like you would pair a wine and a cheese. Essentially, they go together. There's a lot of stuff happening in gin. There's a lot of botanicals. So we want to make sure that whatever tonic we give you complements the botanicals in the gin, but also complements you as an individual. So for example, you and Sophia would arrive to the bar and just ask my staff to make you a gin and tonic. The first question they would ask you is, what's your flavor profile? Do you like sweeter? Do you like spicier? And then even down to where did you have dinner? What did you have for dinner? And then they can kind of base a cocktail, a gin and tonic, on what you had for dinner and what's your flavor profile. And I think that's kind of cool. We'll, of course, have like a regular cocktail menu that you can order off of, but just having something like that, I think it's a great experience for the guest. And it's also a great experience for our staff, because they can always just keep evolving and learning and playing around with the different gins and the different tonics and the different herbs and botanicals that are going to go into the drink. So I think that's kind of like a really, really cool, exciting part of the whole concept.
Well, we have a caller on the line. Can we go to our first caller?
Yeah, please.
Caller, are you there?
You gave that number before, but it happens to be the wrong number. The station is 561-623-9429.
Thank you so much. It's been a crazy day today with Sophia going to the hospital. I apologize for that. If you'd like to call in, their number is 561-623-9429. Let's, one of the things I wanted to know is, I know about olives, putting, what kind of garnish do you put in to a gin and tonic?
Oh man, choices are absolutely unlimited. And if you just go to a regular cocktail bar, a regular restaurant, and you're just having a gin and tonic with your dinner, they'll most likely garnish it with maybe a lime wedge or a lemon wedge. For more complex stuff, it really could be anything: thyme, rosemary, lingonberries, for example, you could do. And I think all of the botanicals and all of the herbs are really going to depend on your gin and on your tonic that you're going to use. You don't want to start infusing it with too many flavors that maybe don't belong together or don't go well together. But speaking of like herbs and garnishes, one cool thing we're going to do is, for certain drinks, the ice cubes are actually going to be frozen, like big ice cubes, but they're going to have the botanicals inside of them, not only the drink. So the more you sip on the drink and more the ice melts, the flavors of the botanicals just constantly are changing and enhancing the flavor of your cocktail, which I think that's kind of cool. I've seen it in other.
You're going to turn me into a drinker.
I hope not.
I just got a text from a caller. They want to know, is gin fattening? How about that for a question?
Gin is definitely not fattening. Some tonics are. Some tonics have a little bit of sugar in them, but nothing crazy. I mean, if you have, let's say, 2 or 3 a night, even with like a heavier tonic, nothing's gonna happen. But also don't forget, because gin is kind of almost healthy because of all of the herbs. It's such an herbal drink that it kind of like settles your stomach after a heavy meal, like a Jaeger would, or Fernet or something like that. So it's not fattening, but there's definitely health benefits because of all of the different botanicals in it.
Any idea? I know we can't get into much information yet, but any idea when you think you might be opening?
Yeah, this year definitely. We're a few years behind already, believe it or not. A few years, just because of city permits and stuff like that, and
Yes.
then of course all of the construction changed. We had to get a different GM for the project and stuff, just because we haven't had the permit. They had to give our spot away to somebody else. But we're thinking out of end of the year, if not sooner. Everything's in, everything is designed. The architects are designed. There's a great team behind the whole project. It's not just me. It's going to be about 8 to 10 different restaurant concepts under one roof.
Oh,
yeah. So
nice. Very
that's
nice.
Really, really, really cool. So it's not just me. It's like a whole assembly of some incredible folks from here locally from our industry. I can't really.
No, you can't.
Details.
So here's what. Now, can people go to your Instagram to keep up with your grand opening?
Yeah, absolutely. For now, my Instagram's kind of been more of like my private one, but it doesn't have a private setting, so anybody can follow. But the closer we get, I'll have more stuff linked to our business page once I actually have the name announced. I don't want to create the business page without announcing the name first and, doing all of that. Again, that's up to the legal team. But yeah, please follow me. And I always have some cool stuff from when I travel or cocktails, and we're going to get way more active with it once we're closer to opening. And then another cool thing, Steve, I don't know if Sophia told you, we're going to actually have a subscription program also. So people can subscribe and have like a cool gin experience once a month. We're going to launch different gins, and you can come over, see what kind of cocktails we do. We can train you in the cocktails. And all of that is also going to be on our Instagram. So you can kind of like follow us. And even if you're at home, you can get a cool gin class once a month.
Well, I got to tell you, I am really excited about this. We will be keeping up with the progress. Ilya Tatarov, the Gin Meister, we are so glad we had you on tonight. And I know Sophia's sorry that she missed you, but we will have you back on again. I promise.
Absolutely. I would love that. It's always good to see her, and it's good to see you. And anytime, please, you have my number. I'm always around. And
Ilya, stop sucking up. Thank you so much, and we'll see you down the road.
It's my pleasure. Take care, Steve.
You too. That's Ilya Tatarov. God, that takes a lot of guts to open up a gin and tonic bar. That's pretty amazing. So we've got, I guess we're waiting on our next guest to come on. This is the Chili Cookoff people that Sophie and I are going to be judging next Saturday on the 4th. It's from 12 to 5. I have seen pictures of the past Chili Cookoffs from this event. It's put on by retired firefighters, and we're going to be talking about how they raise money for different children's charities, which we're going to be talking about tonight. But gosh, it looked like everybody was having such a great time. There was music, people dancing, chili. I mean, who doesn't like chili? I think Sophie and I will be so chilied out by the time this event's over with, because I've done several of these, and they're not all professionals, and so you get Some of them aren't the best in the world, but we're just glad that everybody is going to be participating. I don't think we have them on yet. We're waiting for them to come on. I want to do this. I want to wish that Sophia gets well. She's in the hospital tonight. I think she's listening to the show with her sister, but we need you. We need you back here where you need to be. We're waiting on Vicki and Randy Shepard. This is the retired Firefighters Chili Cookoff. It's next Saturday. It's going to be in Jupiter at the Abacoa Town Center. Again, it's from 12 to 5. The event's going to feature hot chili, cold drinks, live music. They've got a children's charity that it's, I believe it's Joe DiMaggio's. I believe we do so many charity events. Sometimes I get a little confused on which charities are which. And see, if I had Sophia with me, then she would take care of all that. So I really miss her tonight. I guess we're still waiting on our guest to come on. Today's just been a rough day. We didn't get much sleep last night. And I sure hope I told them the right time. I gave out the wrong phone number tonight. It's just been a tough day. And I'm not even the patient. Sophia is the patient. And she has just been unbelievable. So I guess while we're waiting for the firefighters to come on, I wanted to tell you that we've got so many tastings coming up. Our tastings, what we do is we go in and we just tell the chef, bring us out whatever they want. We used to order. We would throw in an order, and it was amazing because if we didn't like some of the dishes we had, they blamed us for it. They said, well, you didn't pick out our best dishes. So about 9 years ago, we learned that we don't order in. We leave it up to the chef. They tell us what they want to serve us, and then we talk about those dishes. What's the great thing is for you, the audience, is we don't charge them for this. We come into a tasting, we bring them on our show. So if we don't have any obligations to them at all. So when somebody comes on our show, a restaurant, we are going to tell them the entire truth. And it helps you because Sophie and I have always said that, we know you work hard for your money. There are so many restaurants in South Florida here. And if someone doesn't give you good service, good food at a good price, there's so many others out there. When Sophie and I go in, it's not just about how the food tastes. We look at a lot of things, even, the restrooms, the restrooms clean, because that tells you a lot about the owner of the restaurant. Do the servers that they hire. We have a guest coming on tonight who's a very important part of this show, Incontro. And Sophie and I have dined there many a times, many. And I got to tell you, I never have to ask for water. I never have to, they're always 2 and 3 steps ahead of us. And it's not just us because, being restaurant critics, we know sometimes we're going to get special service. So we watch how they are with the other patrons and we report that back to you. So we know that, with Yelp, there's a lot of bogus, boy, they're going to get mad at this, a lot of bogus reviews out there. Other restaurants will write reviews about other restaurants. It does go on. And it's just when we give a review of a restaurant, it's a true review. And because we want to share it with you, we also ask them for gift certificates, which we give out to you. If you're watching us right now and you would like to win a gift certificate, we're going to give away 2 right now while we're waiting on our next guest. And all you have to do is, if you're watching us, on the right-hand side of the page, you can write, "I would like to win." And all we'll need is just your email address. We're going to give away 2 gift certificates. One is to Incontro. It's a $25 gift certificate. And the other one is to Smoke Barbecue, which we had on a couple weeks ago. Incredible restaurant, barbecue restaurant. So just right now, all you got to do is go to the chat. It's to the right. And then all you've got to do is say, "I would like to win a gift certificate." And the first 2 that come on are automatic winners. I hope you all have already started making reservations for Valentine's Day. We just heard that Incontro is booked for Valentine's Day, and people are already starting to book pre-Valentine's Day and after Valentine's Day. But you got to do it now. Don't wait till the last minute. We have been talking about Valentine's Day now for probably 3 weeks now. And you're going to find out a lot of the better restaurants now are already full. So, guys, get out there, make those reservations. Don't wait till the last minute. You know, most of the better restaurants, if you wait till the last minute, you're gonna forget about it. They're not gonna have anything. You know, I just saw where Sophia actually just tried to call into the show. And Sophia, you should call 561-623-9429. Let people know that you're doing better. She got a horrible cough, but whatever you wanted to tell me, you could tell me on the air. And because you're a host, you shouldn't get embarrassed at all. Right now, we are waiting for our Incontro, Pedro, to come on. He is the owner of Incontro. They're in Coral Springs, right there on the walk. I got to tell you, if you ever are close by to the Coral Springs area, the walk area has got so many restaurants. There are 4 breakfast restaurants just on the walk. I mean, it has become the mecca of restaurants. A friend of ours just opened up a breakfast restaurant it's on University in Coral Springs, and it is a great restaurant. It's called Yellow Yolk, and it's a breakfast restaurant. They're open for breakfast and lunch. My favorite Mexican restaurant is on University over there in Coral Springs, El Mariachi. Let's see. We're still with, sometimes Pedro, who owns Incontro, gets very, very busy. His restaurant is so good that a lot of restaurants are slow on Monday nights. Not Pedro. His restaurant is not slow on Monday nights. It's hopping every night over there at Incontro. Again, it's a Italian cuisine and steakhouse. And I got to tell you, the bronzini is probably some of the best bronzini I've ever had. Our first night there, we fell in love with Incontro. Listen, we know there's a lot of Italian restaurants out there. This is fine dining. The prices are good. You should make reservations. Again, it's in Coral Springs on the walk. Everything we had that night was amazing. We did, again, this has been a really bad night for me. I'm going to send Vicky and Randy the right link. God, tonight has just been a bad night for me. I am sorry, folks, because we wanted to get Vicky and Randy on with us tonight. Let me see if I can do something really fast here. I just got a note that I gave them the wrong link to the show. I'm going to try to see if I can give them this link. Listen, we don't want any downtime. I'm trying to type here. See, Sophia, I know she's listening to the show. See how bad I need you? Let me see if I can get. Oh, thank you. God, we got a great producer. Now I just got to get their email. Let me hold on. I'm telling you to hold on, like this is not TV or radio. Let me see if I can pull this off. See, Sophia, I told you this is. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. Okay, here we go. I got their email, but I'm glad we at least got to talk about it. Okay. Try this. Okay, let's see if we can get them on for a few minutes. We've got other guests coming on tonight. Try this. And here we go. Let's see if this works. God, you know what? I've been doing radio and TV for almost 10 years now. And I have literally screwed up tonight one night more than I have in 10 years together. It did how I was up all night, completely up all night. I was really worried about Sophia, and it's just totally caught up with me. So I'm going to have to apologize to Randy and Cindy, but at least we did get their show out there. They're the big chili cook-off. Okay, we're going to see if we can wait, because it doesn't look like Pedro is going to be coming on with us tonight. He gets busy because he's so hands-on with Incontro. And I'm telling you, everybody who has gone there because we have recommended it has come back. We have not had one negative review, which sometimes, everybody's got their own taste in food, but we have not had anybody say, you know what, I just didn't like the food there, or I didn't like the service. We're waiting here, and I guess we're going to have some extra time here before Chimas comes on, which is another great question. Still no guests. I just sent them the link. Oh, there's Chimas. There's Ashley.
Here we are.
Hi, Ashley.
Hey,
God, that is beautiful. That whole outdoor setting at Chimas is beautiful.
I like to call this my office, but it's really hard to get privacy out here.
Ashley, I got to tell you, I have, with my travels, there's other Brazilian steakhouses around the country, but none of them come close to Chimas.
It's true.
And I think it's, we took somebody last week to Chimas, and when they saw your salad bar, they thought that was the dinner.
Yeah.
And it's the most complete salad bar I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it's the best in the city, and probably any place that I've been, because I travel quite a bit too, and I'm always looking for new and different things, and we have one of the best I've ever been to.
Well, there's only one problem with it. You got to remember, you're going to be eating after the salad bar.
That's right.
And I got to tell you, I think I've had just about everything there is on your salad bar. There's never been one thing on the salad bar that I didn't love.
What's your favorite item on the buffet?
Well, I got to see, I'm a big Caesar salad guy.
Okay.
And your Caesar salad dressing is the best Caesar salad dressing I've ever had.
A lot of people say the soup. We have a really good soup, yeah.
And the cheeses, which is well, depending on how you do your salad bar route, the cheeses at the end. Sophia is a big vegetable. She loves vegetables. So she had the beets on there. But it's the way it's presented, Ashley.
Yes.
It's amazing. And,
somebody asked me once, they said, do you have a person that this is their only job is just to make this thing look good? And I said, yeah, we do.
Yeah, that's right.
We do.
And you know what? I love your GM. He is, he's just right there. He makes sure everything is right. If you have a question, and I got to tell you, your service, which is one of the things we look at, it is beyond what you'd see.
We found out how to keep our employees happy was to feed them.
Oh,
they're pretty happy when they're here.
Well, let me just tell people, it's you have a little like a little disc on the table.
Right.
So when you're ready for the protein, then you just put your disc out there.
Right.
And all of a sudden your barrage, are they called gauchos?
The meat servers are the gauchos, yeah.
I mean, and they're dressed like it too.
Yeah.
So it really, like, if you want to take someone and impress them and bring them somewhere that's just totally different, that they don't have to worry about if the food is going to be good, because you go to Chimas, you're going to have a protein freeze.
Yes. I would say most of our business, or a lot of our business, is really word of mouth. I mean, we have locals that are so loyal. They come all year round. And most of my large events, because I do a lot of the corporate parties, I do the weddings, almost everyone, when I ask them, well, how did you hear about it? It was word of mouth. Someone told them that we were the best, or they attended like one of my other events. And they, you walk onto the patio and you smell that steak, and it's really hard not to want to, do the dinner, because we have the bar inside and we have the patio outside for drinks and happy hour, and we have a bar menu as well. But it's really hard to come here and not go inside and do the whole
experience. And you know what I like to do is, it's so beautiful outside of the courtyard.
Yeah.
We like to order a drink, maybe a coffee drink, and you've got some of the most wonderful desserts. And we like to have our dessert and coffee out there in those beautiful patio. I mean, it's and Sophia is really into decorations, and she was just blown away. That's like one of her favorite places is outdoors when you come in.
Yep. And so we have live music Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. A lot of times I do cocktail events on Tuesdays, like a lot of charities do their events on Tuesdays, and I bring in music for that. So sometimes you'll get music here even on a Tuesday if we're busy. And all of our musicians are very different. They're great. So the patio, this is the time of year to be out here. So
Tell everybody some of the beefs that they serve at the table.
So my favorite is flank steak.
Ah,
Super juicy, very flavorful, but I would say probably everybody's favorite is the picanha, which is top sirloin. And
my favorite. That's my favorite.
Yes.
Sirloin.
Most people do a chimichurri, or we also have a garlic picanha, which is very popular.
We tried that. That was wonderful.
And believe it or not, most of my family's vegetarian, so their favorite meat that goes around is the grilled salmon.
Right.
We have grilled shrimp on the skewer. We have
the grilled shrimp was out of this world.
Yeah.
I mean, and we waited till the end, and you know what happens at the end? You're so full.
Yeah. And I'm from Maryland, so we always think we know seafood from Maryland, and it's really
Right.
good. They season it really, really good. And so what else do we? Lamb chop is amazing. I love both of our grilled chickens. We have a boneless grilled chicken, and then we have one on the bone, and it is so flavorful.
Did you
Brazilian
mention
sausage,
lamb chops?
lamb chop. Yep. We have
Oh, my
lamb,
God. Yes.
beef ribs, just falls off the bone. That's one of my favorites. Yeah.
And then you do, when you sit down, you get like a little taste of the bread, the biscuit.
Pancakeshu, yeah, it's cheese
Yes.
bread with turkey spread. And that's gluten-free, if anybody needs to know. We also have polenta, which is a lightly fried cornbread that comes to the table. Our creamy mashed potatoes, super popular. And
You know what's wrong with the mashed potatoes, Ashley? You don't get enough.
Oh,
Right?
they're unlimited, so you can ask for
Yes.
more. But yeah, I mean, my niece and nephew come, they dip their cheese bread in the mashed potatoes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Folks, I got to tell you, we have been doing this with Chimas for like 6 years now. And it is always consistently in our top three. In fact, Sophia's birthday, she wanted to be at Chimas.
Oh, nice.
So we love you guys. Now you're located on Las Olas.
Yep. Well, we're up all the way on the east end, right before the bridge. So we're kind of like away from all the parking.
Yes.
Tight
When
parking.
you park, right, there's valet parking right up front.
Right in front. Yeah. And
It is. We love you guys. I mean, if you've never tried Chimas Brazilian Steakhouse, you are missing it. It's an experience of just wonderful food coming out like crazy, but the meats are juicy, they're tasteful. Everything that you serve is magnificent. We love you guys.
and save room for dessert.
Yes.
Chocolate lava cake, best in the city. Apple strudel, the best I've ever had.
It's amazing.
With
And
cinnamon ice
actually,
cream.
I got to tell you, you do such a great job, and we just love our little pack that we have here with you. Ashley, thanks for coming on today, and folks, you've got to go to Chimas Brazilian Steakhouse and tell them you heard about it on our show. Thank you, Ashley.
Steve-O. We'll see you soon.
For sure.
All right.
That's Ashley Williams. She's with Chimas. Did our guest ever come on with the chili cook-off? That is surprising because I emailed them. I'm going to just try this one more time. Let me see if I can. I mean, I'm glad we were able to talk about it. Ivo and Sophia. See if we can get them on before we get out of here. I think we've got probably less than 5 minutes. Was that something happening, DJ? I guess not. Well, listen, I've given out the wrong phone number tonight. I've given out the wrong link to the show tonight. I'm surprised that we got the show on the air tonight. It's been a crazy day, but we're glad that Sophia is feeling better. But oh my God, Sophia, I need you back, because she is actually almost like a producer of the show. She does so many things. And I just realized tonight, when I don't have her with me, that everything goes wrong.
Hey, Steve, I'm here.
Oh,
Whoa.
it's my fault. Sophia's in the hospital. I was up all night last night, and I just sent you the wrong link. Now, we did get to talk about the chili cook-off, which I was so glad. We are so excited about this, Vicki.
I know we are too, and we are so glad to have you guys as a celebrity chili taster judge at our chili cook-off. So we have about 30 teams, and we have 2 charities that the money goes to: Firefighters on a Mission and Firefighters to the Rescue. And we're trying to get Firefighters to the Rescue on. And it's a great event. All the different fire stations come out. They decorate their booths. Everybody does something different. Some have smoked brisket chili. Some have beanless chili. Everybody has different things. But it's really great. They all have fun, and the money all goes to charity. And it's just a really, really good time. And we have bands.
I'm getting a lot of people are writing us that heard us talking about it. Everybody wants to know, what if it rains?
Well, we do it rain or shine. There's only a 20% chance of rain. So since one of the weather guys is one of the chili judges, I'm hoping that he is right. And I see Jules is tuned in. So she's with the Firefighters to the Rescue. And so
hi, Jules.
Hi, how are you?
We're doing good.
Jules, talk a little bit about what Firefighters to the Rescue do.
First, we're a nonprofit organization. We started in 2004. I worked for Fire Rescue, Palm Beach Gardens Fire Rescue, and we had one of our firefighters had cancer around his heart. It was a cardiac cancer, and we did a fundraiser and raised a lot of money. He helped him out, got him back on the job. He unfortunately didn't do a career. He passed about a year later. And the next thing that happened was one of our guys, their daughter got leukemia. And again, we found a need to raise funds for these people because the insurance runs out and you got bills to get paid and all that. So we raised some money for his daughter, and she did very well. She beat her cancer. It was a success story. And then we became incorporated in 2006. And we're there to help first responders. We started as fire rescue, but we've helped police, we've helped nurses, we've helped their families. And it's all things like one of our police families had a family in Panama City when the hurricanes hit over there, and we made sure that they got some background, some funding. We brought food over. We did a lot of stuff with them. We've done all sorts of stuff like throwing sod, doing yards for people that are just out injury. We've done remodels for people that have needed. We find the will manpower to do stuff. And recently raised a lot of money for we had a captain in our department that had got lung cancer on the job and has a family, and we did a lot of support with him the past couple of years, and he ended up passing this past August, but did an incredible fight with cancer, lung cancer. So we do a lot of work with his family and supporting in every way that we can. I could go on and on in case you couldn't tell.
But it's great, and it's a great event. There's live bands and hot chili, cold drinks. People can buy tickets on Eventbrite, and it's rain or shine, but only a 20% chance of rain. And we've been good every year, so we're going to keep going with this one. It's going to be good every year.
The cook-off is just absolutely fantastic. It is a lot of fun. Anybody that just likes to get out into the fresh air, it's family driven. It's bring the kids, stuff to do, raffles, beer, chili, great weather. What more could you ask for?
Exactly. And then there's a silent auction, and we have Landon Dickerson is given a jersey. So
Yes,
can't go wrong with that. He's going to the Super Bowl.
Are we by ourselves?
I don't know. Maybe they've run out of time. We waited a while to get on, but that's all right.
Yep, sorry, Steve got disconnected. This is the DJ's producer here. You guys could just continue for a few more minutes. He's trying to reconnect.
Okay. Very good. Well, we'll just keep talking about, so Chili Cook-Off, there's about 30 chili teams that are there, fire stations all over from Miami-Dade all the way up to Martin County. And lots of fun. Pipes and drums are there. And like Jules said, it's super family friendly. It's right there at Abacoa Town Center this coming Saturday from 12 to 5 p.m. And it's a really fun time.
Everybody has a good time, all ages, lots of camaraderie all over the place, lots of competition. The teams get really competitive, and not only are they very competitive against each other, but they're also very supportive. So if somebody needs a spoon, the guy right next door is going to give it to them. It's not so competitive that they aren't helping out each other. It's just a great, good time for everyone.
Exactly. And I think the fun part is also too looking at all the decorations that each of the chili teams come up with. And some of them are a surprise. We never know what they're going to do. Red Line Sisterhood, which are the wives of firefighters, they always do a great tent and don't know what their theme is going to be this year. It's always a surprise. And then we have some of the cadets, the kids that are under 18, and they always go all out and decorating. Last year they were they were a circus theme. So they had everything from the strong man, they had fortune tellers and the whole bit. So it's always great to see whatever they're all going to come up with for a theme and what their decorations are.
That is great, ladies. I want to thank you for being on the show. Since Steve was not here, I will have to end the show for us. But I do want to thank you for coming on. The Fireman Chili Cook-Off is in Abacoa, Jupiter, February 4th, correct?
Yes, it is.
All right.
12 to 5.
12 to 5. Thank you again for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
And thank you for listening, and see you guys next week. Have a
All
good
right,
guys.
Bye.
You've been listening to the Eatin' Critique Show with your hosts, award-winning restaurant critics Steve-O and Sophia, brought to you by Incontro Italian Cuisine and Steakhouse, located in Coral Springs on the Walk. Be sure to join us again next week as Steve-O and Sophia interview top local restaurant owners and chefs. Steve-O and Sophia are known for their pure honesty when it comes to reviewing local restaurants. See you next week.